Happy Friday Eve. We're a day closer to the weekend. I hope you all are having a great night. Welcome in, Royals. Tonight I'm going to have our co-host introduce herself, and then we'll get started. Ron had to work. No, he will not be here.
Hi everybody, it's Rose. Happy Friday Eve, like she said. Hope everybody's having a great day or a great night.
Right? I had a good day. I have been so productive lately. I am so super proud of myself. Cheers. I'm going to sleep after this. I am exhausted. It has been a busy year this week. So let's get started. Taking a break from the Diddy topic because Ron wants to discuss this too, but he got stuck at work. So we do have something else too. Let me tell y'all, did y'all on the way in, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Say hello. Um, have y'all heard or have you heard Jesus about 304 TikTok?
No, I never heard of it. What is
Oh,
it? Uh, uh, no, I never heard of it. I don't even want to think of what I might think it is. So no.
it's exactly what it is. It's that. It's that. Um, Girl, these people have really they have made a place for themselves everywhere. So on TikTok, if you don't know what TikTok is like, it's really more like YouTube. Actually, it's really more like YouTube. It's a little less censored over there. The only gaps that you have over there, you could literally cuss, go ham, like do whatever you want over there. The only conflicts they have is like if you try to promote YouTube from over there. They don't want the money, the influence, the anything like that going to another platform. So they want you to keep it over there. Aside from that, unless you say um, bad things, you can say whatever you want. So everybody knows what a 304 is. It's not nothing different. Don't hurt your brain. It's exactly what we used it for. And so over that number on a pager. Yeah, that's where it originated. But they have their own space there. So some of them give like tips about how you do things safely. Some people give tips about how you trigger warning, telling you now some of this stuff is out of control, but how you can still move forward if it's that time of the month. Being a renegade versus having a um, a person to watch over you. But all of this stuff is on there, right? But some of them say some good things, right? Like I said, hell, like Jesus said, you can learn from anybody. So that is what the platform is. And it is like a rabbit hole. You can get stuck looking at people. Some of them truly degrade themselves. That's interpretation. For me, it was degrading. It's kind of cringing, but some of the stuff you like is almost unmatched. Some of them it's a lot of things that you can learn, right? Hey, my cough is still there. Did anybody hear about how Pedialyte is selling out right now?
No, I
So
haven't heard that at all.
so Pedialyte is selling out. So you know in that space, one of the things is to squirt. So if they want, it's called a waterfall. And they have a whole like thesaurus, right? So, like I said, we're going to create a thesaurus since now we can't cuss the same way. Well, they already created one. And so, certain things mean certain things. So, that's what one of them is. It's a waterfall. But apparently, before they have a date, if that's what the date is requesting for the ones that go on an app, girl, they make dates on apps now. Ain't no more just standing out there and all of that. So they get deposits, know the rates before they go out. Um, and some of them keep y'all kids off of there because these girls is literally in the comments like, wait, you made what in one night? And it's one girl made like 2,300 in one night local on 2
What is
dates.
she doing though? On 2 dates?
One of the dates, it was her regular, so he just paid her to come cuddle with him. And the other date, it was 40 minutes. I'm like, that's, dude, this world is getting out of control. So that's why I said keep your young girls off of this app because, you know, one girl said she got started because she wanted a pair of Jordans. Her friends had Jordans. Her mom didn't have the money to buy Jordans. She was like, how can I make some money real quick? And so she says she started looking up the safest way to do it, the best way to do it, a classy way to do it, whatever like that. And we all know, because we've done a show on it before, that that particular topic is more of the internet than anything else, anything related to relations. So that's how she did her first date. And after that, her mom had gotten sick. And so she was like, how am I going to make money? So that's what she did. So
That's crazy.
anyway, this is one of the things that one of the girls said. So, oh, the Pedialyte. So Pedialyte, yeah, I said it. You apparently when they call you and they want that kind of date, you're supposed to drink the clear Pedialyte, and then when you get ready to go on a date, they can do that.
Oh,
And they
okay.
usually do it like at hotels and stuff so that they don't mess up their bed or the guy's bed. So that's what.
Well, you see, I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, girls.
Yes. So I mean they nutritionalized. If nothing else, they nutritionalized. So let's look at this one and then we will have a discussion about it because they have their opinions on those of us that do not do those type of things too. So here we go.
Dumb bitches flock to shiny things. That's how they get moved. If you're a bird, you're gonna go, oh, and then you're caught in their net.
So basically what she was saying. So some of these things is actually pulled from the show I told you that I watch, White Underbelly. So if you go look at White
Mhm.
Underbelly, you definitely have to have the stomach to do it because obviously to pull that piece out of a story, you have to hear what that person went through, some bad stuff. So that show is all trigger warning and major trigger warning. And then here's the other part. If you go and look at White Underbelly, he moves around, but he's mostly in downtown LA. And so if you are from where we are from or the surrounding places, I have seen 3 people that I know their parents. So just be prepared for it that happens. It's a huge trigger warning. When you hear your street name called out, like all of these things, and you're like, that's somebody's child. And now it hits home because I know that child. Um, so yeah. But what do you think about when they tell us that um either one, we're doing it for free, and that's stupid. If we don't know our worth, then that's on us. That's one. And then directly what she said, um, dummies go for shiny things. Her version of shiny things is love, wanting a relationship, material things, anything other than being directly paid what you feel like. I've never actually placed a value on my tutu, but what you feel like you should be getting to be doing that with your tutu.
I feel like in this day and time, the way people be having sex with everybody, you might as well get paid for it because it's other girls out there that's doing the same thing as you and they getting paid for it and you doing it for free. You might if you gonna be out there being a hoe, you might as well get paid for it. Pure point blank. That's how I honestly feel. You might as well get paid for it. Why
So
not?
I agree. I do. If
Like, why not?
I mean, if you out there just meeting people in clubs and doing different things like
Yeah.
that, then yeah, but like us, no, simply the act of being intimate with someone that you are with and not placing a value on it, I don't think we're dumb at all. They're saying we're dumb for wanting relationships when,
Oh no, yeah.
yeah,
We do want a
not just every
relationship.
girl.
Yeah. Yeah, we do want a relationship. And that's not dumb, but I can understand what they're saying because a lot of times nowadays these relationships be some bullshit. Oh, I forgot. They be on some BS. So I can see why they saying that we dumb because it's like, look at all the stuff we go through because we want to be in love.
Hmm.
So I can understand where they coming from, but it's like, okay, just because we want to be in love, that don't mean that we stupid. But I can honestly understand what they saying.
Hmm. I can. I can because everything that is in us is a direct result of either what we have been through, seen, um, or the majority of our experience. It's an influence. It's some type of influence that had enough impact to direct the way that our brains calculate and see things. So,
Hmm.
if, example, some of these girls that are saying that we are dumb, well, they're no fault of their own. They're saying that we're dumb because our husbands are out there with them.
Right.
Why wouldn't they think that? Because here's the thing: these men, and it's other podcasts where these men have said it, where the sex workers, like that one that was on Tasha Kada's, that her account was like over 1,000 or something like that, but she wasn't a millionaire yet. She said the men have very open, honest conversations with them, um, tell them all of these things so they know that they're married. You don't have to lie to them. You pay them. They're going
Yeah,
to
you
do
paying them to do their job, shit, their service, provide their fantasy, and get gone.
or sit there and listen to the bull. Either
Hmm.
way, if they are airing out all of their grievances for being married, for being a dad, for being responsible for a household, why would they think any different?
Right.
Why? All they would think is this is going to be my man. If the majority of the people that I am with is married, these are not single men. And I think that's crazy that the great majority of them, according to them, which I believe, but it's no statistics around it, obviously not something for that. Um, but the majority of them say the man is married or he has somebody at home. They don't respect men.
Hmm.
They don't not respect us. They don't not respect the woman. They don't respect that man. But they in their mind, they believe that they're being respected because she shows up, does she does what they want. But did you forget you paid her?
Right. You're providing a service. Shit. You're providing a service now.
So one of the girls was asked a question, and it was, have you messed with somebody that was single all the way through their relationship? And her answer was yes. Most of them will never let go of us. We had them because it's a they compartmentalize. These is two different things. This is, and she said it, but she was like, this isn't a relationship. This isn't a person. This is a service. Like you said, it's a service. And um, what other word did she use? She said service and something else. Basic. A pastime, like a hobby.
Hmm.
So she said, I've been with men when they met the girl, like talked them through it. They got married. I was with him the night before, sometimes on the day of the wedding, and well into the relationship. Nothing changed.
That's crazy. That is so crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what I would do. Like that's crazy right there. Like you ain't had no best friend you could talk to or something. Like
Rose, with the things that are available for us to learn, know, experience secondhand, no more is the Cosby Show being fed into us. No more is
right.
Family Matters being fed into us. That is reality TV. YouTube is reality TV. TikTok, reality TV. The places where people can talk, reality TV. Because this is a person like me and you sharing their real experience. And once you see one pop up, you know that's what comes into your feed. So then you see all of these and you like, wait, this wasn't an isolated situation. Wait, they're saying the same thing, and one says it here and one says it way over here. So it's not like they're telling each other what to say. They're really sharing their experiences, and some think it's funny, some do not. Um, with the amount of information that's available to us, I really don't see how we're going to get closer back to family.
Hmm.
Because this next generation don't want to be married. In my family, we don't have a single baby. We don't have babies right now. The Sky, no, probably Donovan. Donovan is probably the last one who graduated high school 2 years ago. No kid, but then we have them all the way up to 30, 35. One just graduated with her doctorate. That's a big gap of young kids that we have. Well, young, and compared our next generation.
Hmm.
Bro, not one baby. That's scary.
Yeah.
All educated, all handsome and beautiful. The girls are beautiful. The boys are handsome. They don't even want to deal with the opposite sex to that degree because each feels the value isn't there. So they rather stay single until they find that value.
I don't blame them.
It's like 20 of them, bro. The whole generation. I'm not that whole layer is sitting on ice. So what does that mean for us? How are our
Well,
families going to continue?
and then I think it's like you said, the reality shows and all that. I don't know if you could see what JoJo said here in the back.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Um,
Zahara started a long time ago, Mom. That she's not in that group. But I know what you mean. But no, she's not in that group, nor is Anthony. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying that a lot of people. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, I was saying I had seen a thing like a poll that was saying like the worst place to date. So I'm just going off of California, and California was number 2 on the list. Like, so I can see why people feel that way. It's it's almost not worth it. It's like you. If I was somebody like that, I would rather stay single too than to have to deal with some BS or heartbreak and all that stuff. Like until you find somebody that's worth it. I
I
don't
think
blame them.
I don't blame him either. I don't blame him either. I just didn't think it would get this bad because technically I dated the same way. I don't have children. It's the same thing. That's why I said it's getting worse. It was sprinkled. I think me and Brianna, out of that other layer, is the only ones who don't have children. But of
Hmm.
the ones who do have children, either they were married, are married, or um, yeah, my sister was married. Brianna's sister was married. Rashad was with a long-term girlfriend. Everybody still had or waited until they were with somebody for a while, or at least somebody they could co-parent with. And now that very next generation, a lot more of them are like us. So it's very, very, the dating pool is not what it used to be. It's not. And I even see elders on YouTube, TikTok now, and their behavior is just as bad, bro. So we've also learned that it's not just about that person that you want to be with. We've kind of made it very clear as well. Don't bring no don't bring no shit in this family. Don't make it to where we have to protect you. Don't make it to where we have to smash somebody's face in. Don't do those things. Like, do us a solid. Don't do that, and don't ruin your life for the most important part. Like, you went
Right.
to school, you did what you were supposed to. You picked up a trade because some did trade. But they're doing very well. Like, they're doing very well. It's amazing. But because I think we put a different level of fear in them, now it's almost like, no, no. Like, they don't even bring nobody around. And they all did for a minute. But with what's out there, and here's the other thing, most of them are not on social media like that because they said it's too much. See, they knew this kind of stuff before I did. Remember, we was late to TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We was really late because we was like, what? Ain't nobody doing all of that. Well, now see what they mean.
And I feel like TikTok was for younger people. I still feel like it's still for younger people, but I see older people getting on it now. But that's why I wasn't getting on TikTok. I didn't even really want no Snapchat here.
Mm-mm. I didn't. Y'all, what I post on TikTok is the same thing. What I post on one thing, I post on everything. And is that the
Mm-hmm.
way that you should leverage social media your best? No. You should actually post your content, but different ways on each platform. But to Rose's point, do I like to dance? I do. Do I like to do silly things? I do. That's when I jumped on, when I saw more of that. But that's what would fall in my feed. Now, because I'm posting about my business, these shows, these topics, and having some sense, it shows me more things that kind of contradict. Like, yeah, you think people should have sense? Well, let me show you all the ones that don't. And when I tell you, put your damn shirt on, you'll see old men without their shirt on dancing. You'll see the women with boy shorts on, and they got gray hair. You're somebody's grandmother.
Girl,
Mm,
in a mess.
Jojo. I think that today people's list of what makes them happy has gotten a lot longer than previous generations. With a longer list, it'll be harder to find one person to satisfy everything. Because I agree. Ro, do you agree? I'll let you say why you agree. If agree or disagree first.
Uh, it's hard for me. You can go because it's hard for me to explain it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
be like
So
agree and disagree, but you go first.
for me, I'll take it back to this is what we talk about, quite a few times. It's all based on options, right? Before, when we were growing up, our option was who was at Pomona High. It
Mm-hmm.
extended to, because we played sports, cheerlead, and things like that. It extended to the Garys, the Lavernes, the things like that. And then because we went to church, you might have knew somebody from Ontario. But it still stayed the furthest, let's keep it a buck. The furthest was Fontana, and the furthest that way was LA. LA was really
Mm-hmm.
LA, not like all the way into Long Beach and all that. We literally went down to 10 like that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But to be with them, see them and all of that, you had to be connected to a phone. We was out with each other. So being able to connect was a little bit harder. The accessibility that's available now, I'm with JoJo because I could look at this one and be like, damn, he fine. And then look at that one and be like, I like his teeth better. His haircut is better. His clothes are better. His girlfriend looks like she get a lot of stuff, but he go to a lot of stuff I like. You can't pay attention. You all over the place doing like this, and you never focus. None of it has anything to do with your morals or values. It has to do with those things because it's sight. So I agree with what JoJo said. Is that kind of what you were saying, JoJo?
Yeah, that's right. First of all, I apologize for being late. I was trying to grab something. I was trying to grab something to eat.
I
I'm really
know.
sorry. Truly, truly
It's
sorry.
okay. My
I'll
head
make it
hurts
up
too.
to you girls. I will make it up to you ladies.
Thank
Um,
you. We'll take Jell-O
yeah,
rice.
I'm working on it. I'm
Okay.
working on it. I
Okay.
got you. I'm working on
Okay.
it. Hi, Ro. What's up?
Hi, Jojo.
All right. Yeah, I heard what you say about the paying for boxing. You might as well get paid for it. I'm gonna come back to you about that, Ro, because I like what you say. I'll come back to you about that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think you hit it on the nail. I think that the illusion of option and just people's list, man. It used to be a few things, and those things used to be, in my opinion, the things that matter the most. Is the person I'm with kind, generous, nurturing, morally sound, so on and so forth. Now it's, does he have money? Does she have a big butt? Does he have status and access? Does she suck dick more than 5 ways? Can she twirl off of a ceiling fan? Can he buy me or take me shopping every weekend? And they put that stuff first. At least put it after the stuff that really matters. And I just think that's why we miss each other these days. I really think that's what it is.
You want to know something, Taisha? It's very interesting. Corey and I was talking earlier, and that's something that I brought. He was sharing a story with me to help me get ready for tonight, and I was like, the tolerance. Not only has the tolerance of women changed, um, our tolerance has changed, and we've also educated our next generation. Kind of going back to what I said, hey, don't bring this person into our family, because we have learned. Each generation gets better. I have had, and it's no offense, I'm going to share an experience because it's okay. I have had a niece tell me, one of my elder nieces, I don't want to go through, I don't want to be faithful like you. And I was like, okay. I was like, why? Um, I don't want to forgive like that. Okay.
And I
And
feel like that's okay because that's why men do us
Rose,
or have been done us the way we did because we were so forgiving. So I
Tell them
completely
behind the
understand,
scenes. Do I not say that that's okay? And I leave. Listen,
girl.
it's some things that each one of my girls has told me that they don't, because I share the real things that have happened in marriage. I share the highs and I share the lows because we didn't have that insight into the generations before us. They kept everything to themselves. Well, you need to know what things look like. You need to know what you're going to, one, go through and put somebody else through. If you are not taught those things, you just won't know. Two people are coming together. And then these days, they may have children. They may, all of these things will impact your relationship. Your relationship is not just about you and that other person. And that's what we're told. That means that's what God, that means the decisions. But the day-to-day activities, oh baby, it includes everybody. And those things, sadly, I have never, I probably have had maybe 3 or 4 arguments with my husband, maybe 3 or 4. And those 3 or 4 arguments did not include talking to me crazy, me talking to him crazy, anything like that, because we can talk. Most of the things were external. And so back to what my niece said, I was proud of her for saying that, because now that I've given you insight, she didn't just say, oh, I don't want to deal with that. She said how she was going to deal with it going forward. Okay, well, now I know that that's a question to ask, a conversation to have. That's perfect. That's what should happen. You have to share with your next generation, because we're fighting against people that's posting 10, 12 times a day. So if you don't talk to them and allow them to express it and help them walk through it, how else are they going to learn? By TikTok and YouTube? We're going to be doomed. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. How many times should a woman forgive? How many times should a man forgive? Because let's keep it a buck. These girls they out of control now. So
Yeah.
when a girl says at the beginning, I don't want to be involved, if this is not what it's going to look like. Okay, she can say that as soon as she wants to. So can he. You should.
Yeah, if I can offer like a flip side, my own brother, when he came to age to start, he's talking to girls in school, and he tells me, he said, "Big brother, I don't see myself dating in America. I'm not." So I asked him why, and he said, "None of them remind me of my mother and my sister. They're dancing on tables, They're throwing stuff at guys. They're speaking all kinds of foul language. They're not conducting themselves in a way that he recognizes some of the um, classy behavior that he's seen at home. And the way they speak to him, it's like, I talk to my guys a certain way, but I don't want my girl to talk to me
We
like,
just said that
no,
too. That's
it's the,
sad,
it's the N word, it's the, and all that stuff.
bruh.
I'm like, yeah, I get it, amongst us guys, that's what we do, but I don't also want, I kind of want something different because I know I'm something, but I want something different. I don't want the same man. He explained it, and he wasn't even 17 yet.
He's right. That was a part of the
Mhm.
conversation today too,
Mhm.
because I understood in the example that was given to me, I understood what the girl should have said versus what she did say. And
Mhm.
actually, that was my feedback, JoJo. I was like, what is wrong with these girls? Like, was our generation the last generation that knew it is a certain box of words that you don't say to a man? It's
Mhm.
a certain, where's your femininity that, how are you talking to this man like that's your homeboy? We didn't even grow up talking to our homeboys like that. So I
Right.
really don't, you feel me? Like, this is the man you spoke. This is better yet for you, young ladies. This is
Mhm.
the man that you want to see you one day as a wife. You want him to see in you what he is going to be looking for a wife, and you out here acting like that one meme that we had. You out here acting like a whole crip. Nope, ain't gonna work. You could not be treated like a princess, held with high regards, and put on a pedestal if you want to sit next to him. Decide where you want to sit. It's not cute. These girls that's talking like this online, trust me, I would bet you my bank account 50% of them, I would say 50, are not talking to the man that they're really dating like that. They're making that rap song, but they not doing that. They not doing that at all. They at home cooking, being wifey, following behind him, loving him up, forgiving him 50 times. Don't let these people fool you. But either way,
Right.
that's not a good representation of a woman and a lady at all. It's just not. I will help with your green screen presentation. I'm done. Um, right. We should have caught these. Or there are certain things that don't need to be put out. Period. Jesus. Listen, did y'all see that post of, who was it? Sexy Red, when she was in the gynecologist's office and posted, "I'm here because my tulip, to see why my tulip stinks."
Oh yeah, she said she was lying, but it's still like, why would you even say stuff like that?
Right. We would be humiliated to even think to say something like that anywhere. Not even amongst ourselves do we talk like that.
But today, that's funny. I,
That's disgusting.
I know. I share your views, but in the world in which we live today, something like that is funny.
Yeah,
I
she
think.
said she was just doing it just to get views and stuff. They just say stuff
Mhm.
to they
Mhm.
just put stuff out there. Look at what's her name? Cardi B and Offset. I don't know why they won't tell her to stay off social media.
She got
Cardi B.
postpartum right now. Why nobody helping her, Ro?
Mhm.
She on what?
She's just had a baby. That's
Yeah,
postpartum,
oh
your
yeah.
hormones
That's what I said.
everywhere.
I said I think too. I said I think she going through postpartum. I was like, because it can be a month yet that she had that
Mm-mm,
baby. Even if it is,
mm-mm.
it's a month. And you doing all this, but even before she was in postpartum, before she was even pregnant, she goes out there and say and talk crazy and all that. Just like she told him when he said, "Oh, you f somebody and while you was pregnant, whatever." And I did and did. Like, girl, you could have, even though I feel like, yes, even though I was on Cardi B side, she could have kept that in they group chat. Like, the world don't need to hear all that.
I agree, Ro. I
And I'm
do.
all the way on her side because that
I
nigga,
am.
oh, I keep forgetting. He tight about that. He real tight about that. But it's like, boy, you been doing stuff to her y'all whole marriage, and now you mad that she probably lying that she had sex with
I
somebody else
don't
while
think
she
she
was
did
pregnant.
either
I don't think she did either. I
But
think she just said that to make
to
him
hurt
mad.
him.
mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah, but
so too.
even if she did, okay, ladies, are we one day gonna have the honest conversation about the fact that there's just some guys who you just know? In my opinion, I think girls should walk into situation knowing if this is a guy that is in the type of business that is going to have other women throwing themselves at him, make an arrangement. Make an arrangement. I don't want 50 groupies. I want one. I want her tested. I want to know who she is. No stuff in the public. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to move this way. You get in front of the bullet. I
But
just
I
think
think
that
that
for
There
with
have
the
been those things, Jojo, and they still end up with finding out that they even cheated in outside of that.
yeah, because both of them just think both of them is in the same. They both in the music industry. He's just a guy and it's a girl. But I do feel like guys are more reckless than girls. Like they got married. I think Cardi B probably felt like, oh, she probably was insecure too. That's why she kept getting her body done and all that stuff. But you doing all
She said
this.
that
Yep. Now, see, I didn't even know because
on
I'm not
Jason
really
Lee. She
Cardi
said
B.
it. She had
Yep.
fell into
See?
depression after the second one or something, and so she went and got her stomach done again. She got lipo done real fast, but she actually said that. She said she went through being insecure, not feeling pretty, not even wanting to deal with the kids, because she was just really sad.
Now, see, now just think, I didn't even know that, but just off of her
Mhm.
actions, you
Mhm.
got you and your husband. That ain't even your dude. That's your husband, and he's sitting up there messing with all these other women. But you done got your whole body done and everything, and he's still messing with other women. So it has to be hurtful. It has to be hurtful, but you don't got to put all your business out there on social media. You don't got to
that's
put all that stuff out there on social media.
true.
Like leave that to yourself or to your friends or something. Because I'm gonna be mad if she take him back. Because we be too invested. Like I was happy that she said that to him and had him in his feelings. But don't say that then take him back in 2 months and y'all walking there holding hands, skipping.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
here's the thing: you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. I still agree. I don't think you should put it out there. I have a preference for how I think it should go, and we both know that. But let's think about two opposing couples. Let's talk about Rashida and Kurt, and her
Right.
and him.
To get on
Rashida don't
Cardi
say
B
shit.
now.
Everybody still goes in on Rashida, say why you don't do this, why you don't do that. So Cardi B shoots her fire back. Why are you doing that? Okay, that's the first one. The second one is who is that? The other married couple is we just talked about them, Ro. And I was like,
Uh, the judge,
no, it is oh, Remy Ma and
Oh,
Papoose.
Papoose.
Uh-huh.
Papoose.
Uh,
Uh-huh. And and then we talked about the two opposing ones. Oh, it was Jennifer and her dude, and then Yandy and her dude. Because Jennifer is moving forward with her dude, signing the papers, being all the way married, and people is calling her crazy. People was mad at Yandy when she found out in the middle of their engagement some other things was going on. So she married him under God, still had his back, was there for him, all of that, but she didn't drop them papers in the mail. Then people call her stupid. So women don't get a break. So I think handle it at this point, handle it however you want to. Do I think it's a preference? My preference would be the Yandy, the way she did it. Don't drop those papers in the mail because God is the only one that matters anyway. And you can call me whatever you want, but I'm gonna protect myself. And that's protecting myself. I also agree with both of you with if I would handle it like Cardi B, I would not. I would handle it like Rashida because at the end of the day, what Kirk does is on Kirk. Nobody's calling him stupid more than they calling Rashida stupid. and that's gotta hurt. However, I would still stand strong in my decision, and I would not. She not defending shit, and I don't blame her. She don't have to. She didn't put it out there. So even Cardi B is responding. She didn't put it out there. I personally probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't respond. I don't think I would, because that's my integrity. That's my me telling my business and me acting like I gotta explain myself to the world. But I
Right.
also don't put my relationship out there every 5 seconds. I think if on the onset you did it a little different, what do y'all think? If you did it by not being so out there at the beginning and making that your whole part of your brand, then people wouldn't feel like they needed to follow it throughout?
Yeah, I feel like yeah, because you put when you're on a reality show and you put an audio business out there for it, then everybody feels entitled for that you need to tell them everything. But it's certain people that won't put certain things out. But I don't care if Rashida is stupid. She needs to have some kind of backbone. Yeah, we call Cardi B stupid for what she doing, but we behind her with getting a divorce from him and doing all this. We just mad that she putting it out there. Like just keep it undercover. But we with you getting a divorce. But we calling Rashida stupid because Rashida, you putting it out there for the world for us to see, and you ain't doing nothing but keep on taking them back.
Rashida
Everybody will be
didn't put it
behind
out there.
Rashida.
Name one time
Well, she
Rashida
put
put
it.
it out there.
Well, she put it on the show. She knows it's gonna be out there. You put it on that reality show, so it's gonna be out there.
She's
So
not the
that's her
executive
putting.
producer. She didn't put it
But
out
she
there.
still, but she still signed up to be on the show that showcases her life. So it's going to be on there. It's not like she can say she don't want that on there.
She don't predict in the future that it's going to happen either.
Well, you didn't see for 10 seasons. Y'all said that
By
Kirk
now,
been.
child, I'd have definitely been off of there. Now that I can
Yeah,
tell you.
that's
By
what I'm
now,
saying.
I'd have gone and been off. I would. Yeah, I would. I'm with you. But she didn't
And if
sign up
Rashida
for that
could, if
and put it out there.
yes, I don't think she didn't sign it up to put it out there. But once it started going on, you kept on renewing your contract to put it out there. So you already know that Kirk ain't gonna change. So everybody would be
Because
behind
she could have
Rashida
did
if
like
Rashida
Candy
said,
did, huh? When she
huh?
didn't want Phaedra back on there. She could have did like maybe Candy
She
got
could
more
have
pull in
said
her.
something.
Remember when Candy didn't want Phaedra back no more and she was able to say she could not be on this show with me?
Yeah, but just think, but I think Candy was only able to do that because what Phaedra had did.
The legal implications.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
think that's the only reason why. I don't think she had pulled like that just to be like she didn't want Phaedra on there. It was
Okay.
what Phaedra did.
You're
So
right.
I think that's the thing with Rashida. If Rashida was saying she was gonna get a divorce from Kirk, you know everybody would be behind Rashida because everybody wants her to leave him. So it's just depends on how you putting your stuff out there. It's just how you putting your stuff out there. You putting it out there for the world. But I do feel like you should not put stuff on social media. I didn't did that stuff before when I was mad, and I had to. Then when me being how I am now, I do think like why do we do that? Why do we run to social media and put our business out there? Ain't nobody really concerned for you. They just want to be nosy.
Because
Because
they
you
And
want
feel
to
that's
like,
know
it.
if they're right. Because they want the validation to know if they're right.
yep, you want to tell your story. You want to be heard. Because when
They want to
something
be
But I'm
happens,
heard.
thinking like, what did we do before social media? What was we doing? If we couldn't do
go
that.
around
They're
and
So
tell
doing
why?
now.
everybody around us. But remember, that's like kind of like what JoJo was saying. Our scope has changed. So we let everybody know around us. We cleared our name. So it's the same thing. You feel like everybody knows, right? You feel like how many people know whose inbox was they in, who's been talking. So to clear it all up, you do the whole thing because you like whatever it is you bitches is doing. I want all of y'all to know. That's kind of how you do it. That's the thought that comes behind it. Y'all ain't seen me do it, so y'all know. But I can understand because the first thing when I've gone through a couple things, the first thing with friends too, the first thing I think is, oh, I'm finna rock all this shit. I'm gonna go right on here, and that way won't nobody be untouched. You can't call me no liar. Everybody get the same story, and I dare you to say it right here, address it right here. I don't want it behind closed doors, because I don't know how much y'all been doing this shit. So I want everybody to know because you're so hurt and upset. Then think wrote twin. I was looking at the comments and I had to get off because I was thinking this is a no-brainer. This girl, y'all still holding her to what she was saying when she was 19 and 20. What she said was that the girls messing with Peter was crazy because he's not even taking care of you, and that's not even your husband. Why are y'all happy that she has a husband who is doing this to her, and like she's not a good wife, a good mother, and much older, and she even apologized for that? Why would you want something bad to happen to somebody? So they in the comments saying like, shut up, you just gonna be with him anyway, or with somebody that already had 3 kids by 3 baby mamas, what did you expect to make you so special? It's people saying stuff like that in the comments. And I'm like, tell somebody you've been waiting to say something to them without telling them. What does that have to do with this?
Right.
People, it's so much. That's why I don't think, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's a lot, and I think it's
Um,
very hurtful.
if I may, the only thing I will add to that is that I'm agreeing with everything that you ladies are saying, except on the not speaking up and not throwing it out there for everyone to see. I think that that may apply to the ladies, but my personal opinion is that I think the men need to speak up for themselves a little bit more, because I don't
I
think
agree.
we hear their side of the story enough. Okay, you cheated, or maybe you didn't cheat, or maybe the situation is more complicated than that, and men don't speak up. Tell everybody that you guys went to counseling and the counselor told her to change her behavior and she didn't, and because of that things happen. Tell everybody that you guys are at home, and because she had a troubled childhood, she speaks to you any kind of way, and you are supposed to take it and you don't want to, and you guys are going through problems, and when she goes on social media and speaks first, they side with her, but nobody has heard your side of the story. Tell your side of the story, gentlemen, because I don't think people know enough that it is not always your fault and you did not always start.
I would have to agree. I've told the men in my life that I have, probably every last one, because they they are some of the nicest men around me. They really are. And if it's somebody that they have a child with or they were in a relationship with, they don't want to air her out. But here's the thing, over here in my generation, we were taught that's PUNK shit. Like, you don't do that. You don't tear a
Mhm.
woman down like that. You don't, the same way we're taught, we don't talk to men in a certain way. They are taught that they're not to do that. Now, I think that's where that space is effed up too, because like you said, we have fathers out here who is dealing with a girl saying you a horrible baby daddy. No, he was a horrible boyfriend. He's a great baby daddy. You won't let him be
That's
in his child's life. You know what I'm
that's right.
saying? So I look at it always from sister perspective, that my best friend is a guy. That is true. Men, I'd be like, your kid don't know enough. They don't know. You have to talk to them, because if the mom is telling them this every day, now they're looking at you like you're not there, but they don't know you came. She would have opened the door. You said you was on your way. She got up and left. You know, you did send things over there. She threw it away. It's
Mhm.
women that I know that have been that mean. You have to say something. So I do agree. Should it look the way we've been saying it look from some people, like sassy pants?
No,
It shouldn't.
obviously
It
not.
shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Yeah, if you have a picture of her naked, I'm not saying throw it on social media to hurt her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
not saying to do that. Yeah, don't do that. That's not what I'm saying to do. But if they ask you, tell them straight up, like, hey, it's not what you think. It's a little more complicated. And obviously, if you cheated, own it. You should have left. Shouldn't have hurt. And in fact, I'd rather have that receipt than, hey, you know what, I cheated, so on and so forth. We've all done it. I know you can never win the battle if you don't have the receipt. People are just gonna side with the girl automatically. Even if she's the one that did something wrong, we won't get past that. But you did this though, so walk away. Very simple. But I think there should be space, and men should feel comfortable, not vilify the girl, but tell your side of the story, because it's not always you.
Agreed. It will help us grow, help women grow
Yeah,
too, because a lot of
yeah.
women don't think they're doing anything wrong, because they think, because I've been hurt, I have the right to do this thing. Well, technically, you don't. So if Cardi B truly indeed did cheat back while she was pursuing her relationship, Sorry, you have to bite that bullet. But at certain points, I'm gonna just be honest. You don't give a fuck because so much has happened. You like, Jesus, you're gonna have to do me a solid on this one. But I wouldn't brag about it. See, that's the thing, like all of us talking
Yeah.
about. It's the bragging part that's like,
Mhm.
I
If they
ain't
would leave all that
tripping.
stuff out, it would be fine.
Yeah. So, second part, did y'all know it goes down in Dubai?
I
Let me
know. We
let me
know.
No,
place.
because they act like it's so sacred there, and
Ooh, let me play this clip from the 304 group. I've heard it before and seen a couple of YouTubers talk about it that are influencers. But I was like, are y'all doing this for clout? Not the Dubai we know and been trying to get our pictures taken with a camel. Not this Dubai. Girl, not always Africa got rituals. Mm-mm. It's these people. Let me show you. Y'all ready? Because don't come for
yeah.
our people on either side, the Africans or the African Americans. Okay. Thank you. Here we go.
I'm surprised a lot of you haven't heard the stories of what happens to influencers and S workers in Dubai. So let me tell you what I know. I know this because I've either been offered it firsthand or know someone who's done it. Men over there have dumb money. I cannot even fathom the amount of money that they have. Literally a Lambo or a $10 million house is just, it wouldn't even put a dent in their bank account. And when you have that sort of money, you can get whatever you want when you want, which means girl after girl, they have seen everything. And when you've seen everything and you have endless amounts of money, you start to get bored and go looking for the next thing to give you that thrill. So they'll find an influencer who has like 5 million followers on Instagram, pay her an obscene amount of money, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, I mean, depends how far you want to go, to basically come over and humiliate her. And we're talking some pretty bad stuff, like brown town, what comes out their back door and into said influencer's mouth. There's a lot of that stuff that goes on. They enjoy degrading women. I've heard of animals getting involved, like how far are you willing to go? They've got the money for it. Obviously not everyone's going to get treated this way when they get invited over there, but this is just what I know. These things take place in the middle of nowhere, whether it's on a yacht or in the middle of the desert. Obviously none of this stuff is allowed in their country. If you're like a businessman or they want to show off to you, a lot of the time they'll drive you out to the middle of nowhere where there'll be these like massive tent set up, and not just a mediocre tent, like we're talking a tent that you go inside and it looks like a luxury resort. They'll have countries lined up one after the other: Australia, US, UK, Germany, France, whatever. And each country has women from that country, and you can just take your pick of whatever one you want. And like, who knows if these women even agreed to be there? Probably don't know where they are. They're in Dubai. Like, what are they going to do? Go to the authorities? Tell them what they've been doing? I can't imagine it ending well for them if they did. I guess you can speculate like why you think that they do this, but I personally think it's just like a power move. Like, they enjoy watching beautiful women get degraded, and I guess they would feel like a sense of ownership over you. The whole thing is horrible. I wouldn't step foot in that country purely because of what I do for work. It would be game over for me if I went over there and got caught. Who knows if you would even get out once you're there, and I just value my life too much to risk that.
That is so crazy. I sure wouldn't think that would happen over there.
Right? So I was watching this YouTuber that they were looking for their sister. She was from Nigeria. They had money, not Dubai money. Dubai money is very different than all of our money, but they had money. She was an influencer. The sister went over there with her friends. The sister got separated from her friends and ended up in a place like what she's talking about. When she got there, they told her that they wanted her to eat that. Um, she didn't want to do it. She said she offered the money back and wanted to come home. On the reverse, this is what we're finding out later, but the show was showing how they had money and the brothers and stuff was looking for her. They went over there a couple times and was like, just take me to my sister, just give her back, stuff like that. And they wouldn't do it. It was a couple of weeks before they allowed the sister to come back home, and they wouldn't help them when they went over there. And they did business with Dubai. So they thought that they had like connection or whatever. They wouldn't give up their person for shit. They wouldn't give them up and help them get the sister back. This is what the sister was telling when she got back. She said that, That's what happened. She went over there. They asked her to do things she wasn't comfortable doing. She thought she was just going over there to hang out with some dudes that had money and, you know, like an influencer, go like record some things, just hang out with people that have money. And so, but there were other things that she described. I personally would not share that video. You could go on YouTube and just type in
I've seen
something.
some of them. I've seen some of them.
Yeah, because they're very descriptive. Because in other countries, I don't know why they could say so much more than what we could say on YouTube. They could even use music and we can't. So I don't want to get, it's not, the video wouldn't even hold up if I tried to share it with you. It wouldn't. But they ended up getting her back. She was like a whole different person when she came back. She didn't want to do certain things anymore. Obviously not an influencer anymore, but it was what was said. She was driven out, and it included defecation and things that you wouldn't even think about having to happen when you think you're going to pretty Dubai where they have money, you're going to have a good time. And here's the other thing: as a woman going to Dubai, you have no protection. You have no protection. You see, I'm sad the brothers went over there to get the sister. They didn't. Like she said, what are you going to do? Go to the police? Very different from here. They don't even have police the same way that they have them here. They're protected. They're going to protect their own no matter what, and they're higher up people and people with money and influence. Don't go. Stop going over there. Stop going over there. It's hard enough to go on vacation because of some of the things we've heard.
Go with a man.
Right. I meant with just girls. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. I didn't mean don't go at all. I meant do not go by yourself. That's not a place. It's like India. That's not a place that women should go by themselves. You can't even talk loudly. Remember the girl at the rental car place? She was simply talking like we talk, but using her hands, not cussing yet, not mad yet, nothing. Because her voice elevated to a man, she got put in jail. And it took forever to get her back. But look, I'm using my hands. We talk like that. She got in trouble and got put in jail. And I hope she's back home now.
Yeah, well, I guess you can't tell. It's in their country. They have home court advantage or whatever. I don't know enough about their legislation and the culture and so on and so forth. I will say this: I have seen those videos, the defecation videos themselves. It's hard to talk about this subject because, on one hand, there are girls who volunteer to do that stuff. And then on another hand, there are girls who are being taken advantage of. And I find it, at least in my opinion, I find it very difficult. Okay, well, we can at least say this. The people in power, those who have the money, they should not be doing that stuff. How bored can you be?
How did you even think of that?
So much money.
Jojo, some of that stuff, how do they even think? Like, who says, I'm bored? This is what I want to do today.
The mind of a man should not be a wandering mind. If you want a man to remain sane, his time, all of his time, should be concerned with doing something productive. To the point where when he gets home, he's so tired to do or think about anything else. If it's work and he's done work really well, he should get a part-time job. He should read a book.
But these are really rich people. It's probably generational money.
If they're so rich that they have the time, go get a degree. It's going to sound so great to be oil tycoon businessman / doctor. Go get a doctorate. Go to school, keep your mind occupied, go save the world, do some stuff. There are some people who just have so much of it and they have so much time. And with that money, the things that come to them, because that kind of money attracts, like I said, on one hand, there's the girls that volunteer, and then on another hand, there's the girls that are being taken advantage of.
Those are the ones I care about, the ones that they know and can't. Right. So I mean, I care about all, but they want to do it.
I guess how I'm trying to say this is, to me, I find it difficult to have the conversation because those two girls, the one that volunteers and the one that don't, how do we differentiate them? Because
The
the
ones that
girl in
say
the
I don't
video
want to
that
do it
just
and
spoke,
can't come back. Those are the only ones we
so
care about.
well, I guess because I guess how I'm saying it is the girl in this video that we just watched, who's saying that she's not in it, she hasn't done it, but she knows the people who've done it. I don't know what you guys watched, but it seemed like someone who, and perhaps that's me projecting, I will admit to that, but it seemed like someone who she knows people who volunteer to do that stuff.
She's from the 304 TikTok. So she's a SW. She's a
Okay,
worker. That's why she was
okay,
saying I can't go because they will. So that group, they say, if you know that that's what I do when I get there, you probably think it's nothing I won't do. So you will definitely
ask
make
for
it
other things. Okay,
correct. So that's why she said I
Oh,
wouldn't go at all
okay,
because
okay,
I'm not safe. Plus the line of work I do legally, I'm not safe. So that's
okay.
why she's saying it.
All right,
So
well,
she's
great.
being smart.
Okay, I guess so, but I it- so I will grant you that, and then I guess for those girls, but I wouldn't know what to like you said, just don't go. Or in her case, she went with her brother, and that still didn't save her. I don't know how.
No, the
She went
one
with a
girl,
group
the
of
other
girls
one,
first.
she went with her homegirls. Her brother went over there to try to get her back. The homegirls was fine. She wasn't. They took the friend. The dude that she left with took her to that particular place.
To that
Her
place.
friends was fine. They came back. They just took the one girl.
Yeah, I,
First rule, why the hell did you
it's
separate?
wrong.
Why did you leave that
It's
house?
wrong.
yeah. It should have
That's
been no
right.
reason. You
That's
caused that
right.
on yourself.
That's
Not
right.
being wise. Why would you're in a
Mhm.
whole nother country where you didn't even know enough to know that as women, we don't have the same rights, to know that, it's not the inner city. You could be taken somewhere else. Another one, a girl was put on a plane and she was, her ticket, everything said Dubai. Her family think that's where she is. She got put on a plane, a private jet. There's no, well, there's supposed to be a thing that says who's on a plane, but they didn't know where she ended up going. She didn't know where she ended up going because it's private. So the plane landed in another country, landed, and they went somewhere else. So now you
But
just took me away from where I was.
how did she get on the plane?
She volunteered. She got on the plane. Okay, come on. I'm going to take you on my jet. I'm surprising you with where I'm going to take you. So she went to Dubai to visit the guy. He said, "Now let's go on a jet." Oh, okay. And she went on the jet, and they went to another country. But it's a
That's
dude you've never met. He flew you in
that's
for them. You never
that's
met him. This your first time.
that's just dangerous. That's
Uh,
dangerous.
Yeah.
exactly
Did she
my
make it
point.
That
home?
is
Did she make it back
dangerous.
home?
She made it back home, but she made it back
Oh, okay.
home. Her tutu was hurting, and her other places was hurt. He trafficked her with his friends.
And
Women, ladies, please, please. We don't all do this shit. On some
No,
Diddy
no,
shit,
no.
we don't all do this shit.
But stop thinking
Ladies,
it's cute to be getting
please,
flued out.
please, we don't all do this. There's a guy out there who really likes you. He just likes you that bad. He wants to see you, and he's trying to do the gentleman thing and offer for you to come. I get it. It's dangerous. We don't all do that stuff. We don't all do that, and that's dangerous, man. It, like I said, I think that there are some people who you just it should be mandatory. You make a certain amount of money, you should check into a psych ward every year.
Right.
You should check into a psych ward just to check to see if you're still sane because it doesn't make any sense to have so much money and be so bored. Figure out something to do. I don't know. Go learn how to be an astronaut. I don't know.
You
If
know
you're so
what's
great.
interesting that I just thought about? Ro, you would know this. All of a sudden, Dubai popped up on the map. Obviously it's always been there. What I mean is with
mhm.
the celebrities, them going over there so much, doing business. All of a sudden, it became a thing to go over there. But what you never really saw, you knew that they got there. You never really saw content from when they got there.
They'll
Or
tell you not to film. They'll tell you.
exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
So even in their private homes where you're doing a business deal, it's very interesting. That person will have their type of content. A Diddy will have his content. How come when the two are coming together, there's no content? There, while we talking about the things that's happening here, I mean, these is bad too, but I'm saying this is a world problem, not just how everybody is thinking, oh, it's music or the America. No, it's not, because
No,
the other country, they even have more leeway to do it if they have money. The
because the
girl
money
is going to
protects
end
them.
up in a unalived, and they won't
Yeah.
even care. Y'all better start being careful. Stop doing things for the opportunity to say that you did something when you can truly work for it and do it on your own. Um, Y'all better stop being so. What did that girl say? They'll go for something shiny. That's
Mm-hmm.
a part of that shiny shit.
Mhm.
Everything that glitter ain't gold. Leprechauns got the pot of gold. I'm just saying. The devil blesses too. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Y'all going places without even a return ticket. No, give me the money. I will buy my ticket. I will stay at a hotel. I want my own car. If you can't secure those things on your own and secure and make sure that you have enough money to get back and stuff, people are going to Miami from LA and can't even get back home. What you go for what you if you don't have no money in your pocket? Stop being so daggone thirsty and greedy for your life. You really put
Because
a
they
price on your tulip?
Be- because they heard a story of how they just got all they had to do was get to Dubai and stay in a hotel room for one night, go to a club
Fact.
somewhere, get somebody, and the rest of the trip is going to be financed as long as you put yourself in the position.
The
I still
hotel
think
lobby
that,
sometime. Mhm.
yeah, I mean, it is a world problem. People with power, that power corrupts absolutely. In my country, I heard of a story of a businesswoman who was doing it with younger men, and her argument was she wanted to be young. And these are boys that are of a
Women are just as
certain
guilty, by the
age,
way. They getting cracked on lately too. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
young boys, 12, 13 years old. And um,
Oh,
her yeah, her idea was she's doing it to stay young.
so like a ritual.
Then
All
yeah,
of them are doing it for the same
then
thing.
yeah, they're doing it for
To me, I consider all of it ritual.
some sick reason. They're doing it. And that's
Well,
people. There are people that got too much time on their hand and too much money to cover up the stuff they do. Yeah.
and the people
Yeah,
falling
but it'll
for it,
come
you're too
back.
damn thirsty, not cautious enough. And
Mm-hmm.
either because some of these people are raised by parents to tell them not to do these things, and that's why you sneaking off and doing it, and then nobody can't find you because you are being hard-headed. So I won't even put it all on parents, but parents, just keep talking to your kids. Aunts and uncles, keep talking to your kids. Friends, keep talking to your friends. And sometimes you have to tell on your friends to save their life. Sometimes you have
Yeah.
to tell on your friends because, as my mama say, if you move me from this spot to another spot, my family is now no longer able to find me because now I could be moved anywhere. If you're gonna do something to me, I have to just pray you got to do it right here because you're not taking me anywhere to torture me and do it anyways. I'd rather mm, just be more cautious. It's not that serious. It's really not. Y'all are out here playing freaking Russian roulette.
For
Um,
real.
so, Ro, what is your last words? Ooh,
What you had just said, they need to be more careful. Y'all have to think about the stuff that y'all doing. Like you have to be more careful nowadays. It's too dangerous now. You have to be way more careful
yeah,
and quit thinking everything that you see on reality TV and all this stuff is really reality because it's not.
right. Okay. Jojo?
Bring back decency, please, because I'm really tired of the lack of decency. So bring back decency. It costs nothing to be happy. Be careful out there. Bring back decency and my message will be to guys out there: be the best version of yourself. Um, uh, usually the women follow. Usually.
She should. That is it from us tonight. Thank you for joining. I hope you learned something. If you are going to travel anywhere, now let me put on my travel agent hat. If you are going to travel anywhere outside of the country, even to another state, go online and do a little bit of research and find out. Travel advisory is a good one. What other people's experience are, what the culture is, what the climate is. That way, when you visit these other countries, you can better protect yourselves versus thinking the world is about you. Please don't go to another country and ask for your first call. There is no first call. So don't get in trouble. Okay? Nobody's coming for you. Do the right thing and be safe so you can always make it home. That is it. Make sure that you share, subscribe, and like on the way out. And we will see you next week. Good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.